of play. There's going to be a video playing in about 10 minutes, or essentially it's going to be a presentation of some sort in about 10 minutes. And I thought, right, why the hell not? Why the heck not? We tried this on the first state of play. We tried it again at one point, and you know what? Like, this is the now or never. Any announcements they're going to make regarding the PlayStation 5, we're going to see it at this point, essentially, as far as we know. So less being hyped, but I'm curious to see what they're going to do to essentially follow up after the Xbox games showcase that was actually shown recently. For me, it was actually a big deal because of the fact that the Xbox showcase actually showed us PSO2 or PSO2 and NGS, the new Genesis game, which was an absolute shocker, but a big massive hit for me. Most of the other stuff at it, I wasn't too concerned about. Some of the games would look nice and not, but we're going to actually get a proper look-see at the next generation of PlayStation 5 games, hopefully, in this presentation. Now, the thing is, we could very easily find ourselves in a similar situation as to what happened with the I think the Nintendo Switch presentation that actually had gone for the last not state of play, the Nintendo Direct. I'm trying to remember the actual word for it because I was vamping there for a second to try and remember what it was. It's a Nintendo Direct, where it was a lot of third-party games that were actually kind of covered by it, and essentially people overcooked or over egged the pudding on their expectations, and it was going to be X, Y, or Z. And I think we may have a similar situation here because essentially I have heard nothing about the state of play other than the fact that people are excited to hear about it. But we might as well give this a try. You never know. Like, if it's a big surprise, it's a big surprise. If it isn't, then I will have done a live stream for no reason, and we'll just go back to playing PSO2 later on today. So might as well just relax and ease ourselves into it. I'm going to actually throw a little bit of background music actually on here while we're prepping, because we're still a few minutes out, right? Another 8 minutes. Good grief! How well prepared am I? So let's see here. I literally was unconscious there up until a few seconds ago, so excuse me if I'm a little bit, because my head may not be exactly in the game, but I'm close to it. Oh, good grief. Wow, that is way, 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 way too high. Let's see what we got here. This is moody and deep tunage, but this is coming from Pretzel Rocks. This is martial art, and they're like locusts. Go very Mega Man 2 on this. I wanted us to build up into a massive crescendos. I'm trying to actually find a way off the screen for the moment. There we go. And we'll just go to the black background for now while we're actually just waiting for this show to kick off. I'm still kind of half awake, like I reminded. Hopefully I can get this to actually like load on the screen exactly on time as it starts. The episode is weighing in at 40 plus minutes. We've got a great lineup in store featuring plenty of new gameplay footage and other game updates. So, I mean, it definitely feels like this is a lot of people's expectations are being thrown on this without there actually being any detail explained. So maybe we're going to get surprised with absolutely nothing. I don't know where this is actually going to go, but possibly. Like let's do the a couple predictions. Like, bring this audio down quite a bit because that music is very, very powerful. I suppose. There we go. That'd actually be a little bit better. Hey. Small production problems. We're okay. I'm gonna actually start recording this as well. Expectations. What are expectations today? There we go. That's a little bit better. We can have that playing in the background. I suppose I'm actually reasonably okay. Oh, God, there we go. That's exactly what I've been looking for ages. Fantastic. Oh, okay. Alright, this should be right. Oh, hey Google, stop alarm. We've got 5 minutes before this kicks off, but I'm just doing a little bit of audio tweaking. So if you folks are actually hanging about in the chat, my apologies. I am here to talk, I'm here to watch, I'm here to see with you guys. But I just want to make sure I get my audio right for whenever this goes live. So feel free to drop any messages you want into the chat. I will be right there watching what you guys think at the same time. Oh god, that's perfect. This might actually definitely work. Oh, this is gonna sound great now. Right. Oh god, no, don't start doing this to me now. Right, hopefully this is actually the audio working to a reasonable degree. We've got the show kicking off in just a couple of minutes. PlayStation's State of Play for August 6th, 2020. Let's see what we got ahead of ourselves. This is going to be interesting. I'm just going to make sure to actually set this up so I have everything clear and ready to go when the time runs out. We've got another 2 minutes. So let's actually just drop the background audio now for a second. Just so that we are clean on the audio whenever it switches across. So, nothing can be fixed here. Well, that's a foreboding statement, martial art. We'll work with that mentality. Oh, there. It actually did post into Pretzel Rocks as well. Fantastic. Oh. 2 minutes ago. I say. I'm going to do this to actually kind of help myself in the edit afterwards, but this is going to be going out to Mad Hatter after we finish the show, and that could cause a problem. Because he's essentially saying he wouldn't mind using a different border around me, so I'm going to actually remove the border image. Hopefully that works for him. Right. Let's get ready to rock and or roll. Oh, cool. It's actually got a countdown now for um what, according to this, 30 minutes? What? Is it actually 30 minutes or is it half? Oh no. I'm being excited thinking it was actually 8:30, but I think it's actually not on until 9 o'clock, so we've got 30 minutes to chill out and figure out. Like, I was all worried about the actual technology being wrong and me not being able to record this properly, but we've got 30 minutes to chill before State of Play actually kicks off, which is fine. I mean, we can sit here. We can sit here and hang out. I might as well while I'm sitting here, poke around and see if I can actually find maybe a better stream, not even just a YouTube one, but let's see. State of Play. Let's take a look at what we already know about this year's State of Play. Oh, perfect. That's a perfect one for actually using. If that was right on the middle of the screen. There we go. It's a little bit better. Huh? Will that do the job? That'll do for now. Right. We're going to take a wee look at what is going to be coming up in this State of Play. I've got a second browser window open here. Since we've actually got a few minutes, we might as well kind of read up, see what's actually going to be listed. Oh, excuse me. Oh, well, that's a problem. The Sony PlayStation blog page, it actually only has the last one, so I'm trying to find a link to the most recent ones directly from their PlayStation blog. Right. I think this is going to be a big disappointment for many people. This episode weighing in at 40 plus minutes, focus on third-party published games coming to PS4 and PSVR. We'll have a few PS5 game updates on third-party and indie titles you last saw in June PS5 showcase. Oh, this is going to be such a disappointment for so many people. Okay. This you're like one of those things where people shoot themselves in the foot getting overly excited about things. I have gotten I'm excited about this tertiary from other people, and that is not a great way of preparing yourself. That's IGN. I want to get the official PlayStation Twitch up for this. Which one is it actually on? Twitch on TV for us. It is just PlayStation. Boom. Their schedule. They don't even have anything on their schedule. Like, this is how little of importance this actually is. It's not actually on the Twitch.tv's schedule for PlayStation. This is going to be a lot of people going like, oh, this is going to be the big thing for PS5. It's like, no, it's not. They've stated it isn't. Oh, this is going to be fun to actually like see people's butthurt reactions after the time starts for this, and then people going like, well, this is it. Oh, so Senior Director of Content Communications from PlayStation, directly from the PlayStation blog. It's been a while, but State of Play returns this Thursday. We'll focus on third-party published games coming to PS4 and PSVR. So we'll have a few PS5 game updates on third-party and indie titles you last saw at June's PS5 showcase. This episode is weighing in at 40 plus minutes. We've got a great lineup in store featuring plenty of new gameplay footage and other game updates. Can't wait to hear what you think Oh no! And just to be super clear, there will be no PlayStation Studio updates in Thursday's episode. There won't be any updates around hardware, business, pre-orders, or dates either. On Thursday, our focus is squarely on showcasing some cool upcoming games coming to the broader PlayStation ecosystem. Should be fun. Oh, this is clear communication about the expectations we should be having for this presentation. And I'll be honest, there's too many people live streaming the events of this. I am sorely tempted just to abandon ship on this whole idea altogether and just play some fucking games instead. So State of Play has actually had a habitual habit of disappointing people lately. Like since the inclusion of the State of Play PlayStation experience, like as a replacement for like the big PlayStation experiences that they've had for announcements, it hasn't been a very it hasn't been a very successful project on Sony's side. Like a lot of people have actually been consistently disappointed by State of Plays, and there was a lot of expectation like they were going to do this in Nintendo style, so that big announcements, big things would come through on it, and not a single time has it ever actually came true. And I learned my lesson with the disappointment that I've actually had of watching these live shows before, but not quite with the foreknowledge of actually literally looking at this and going like, oh wow, people are going to be disappointed. So let's be disappointed together. Let's see. Well, let's lower our expectations. Let's see how simple this is going to be. So PlayStation 4 and PSVR titles, third party titles for both of those. Because we have gotten that list of supported hardware for the PS5, and that the PS camera from the PS4 is not actually directly supported by the PS5 and will require an adapter that allows you to plug in that camera into the PS5, which will be provided for free by Sony, and that they would actually outline the details on how to receive that and how to get your hands on that at some point very soon. Sorry, I'm just looking up at the light. Like, oh. I just noticing a spider crawling across the spider web there in the background, so it just caught my attention. Because that's impressive. How do spiders actually do that? How do they string a web across massive gaps that they wouldn't have been able to reach otherwise? They just hang down from shit. I'm impressed. So, State of Play is going to be a vast disappointment for people. PSVR titles. I mean, are they going to talk about titles that have recently released? Or are they talking about the future of PSVR? Because I don't know how much of a tail PSVR really has, unless they're going to talk specifically about like Super Hot's Mind Control Delete and something else. Like VR chat comes to PS4. I mean, hooray if it is! Like, my headset's sitting right here, and it has a layer of dust that thick and is attached to the top of it because I haven't turned it on because of the requirements of my streaming setup that the HDMI leads too long and just causes no signal. I have such lowered expectations for this. Oh, thank God I have more water sitting there. I just drank all that, and I have another bottle sitting here in hand. It works for me. So that means I can vamp and talk about this all damn day. I was gonna say, like, let's see what happens with this, if it's actually going to be good or not. It's solely dependent on what people are announcing. I'm looking here at the chat. There's the live chat on YouTube. You can see on the right hand side here. So I should probably cover that in some way, shape, or form. Bloodborne 2, GTA 6, Far Cry 6, Minecraft 2. Yep. The internet is exactly as I expected it to be. Wow. You know what, chat? Go away. Go away. Go the fuck away. Can I not remove that and get it gone from my screen? Like the offensiveness of the rubbish that's going to be coming from that. Hi chat, there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, things are so much better now. This is actually, it's stated in the description. There will be no PlayStation Studio updates in this episode or any updates around hardware, business, pre-orders, or dates. They've been nothing but clear about this shit. Like, it's underneath the video. What are people? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. 20 minutes to wait. You know what, actually? Hey Google, set an alarm for 15 minutes. Hey Google, set an alarm for 15 minutes.
Done. Your alarm set for 8:55 p.m.
Perfect. So in the meantime, we're going to play Phantasy Star for 15 minutes. I'm just gonna fire it across, and then we actually have it on full screen because I'm not sitting here vamping for that long for no apparent reason other than because somebody gave me the wrong time for this. I think they might give me the time that another YouTuber was actually going live for this, so we'll see. So I actually went and got my Steam signed up onto Phantasy Star Online 2. So let's get ourselves playing. Boom. Sega. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Isn't that a little bit better? Oh, that's the wrong thing before. You know what we could do, actually? I could do a tickets video. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do a AC Scratch video while we're here. So grab that nice stack of AC Scratch. Let's do an AC Scratch video. Boo-boo. Buddy boy, buddy boy, buddy boy, buddy boy. Buddy boy, buddy boy, buddy boy, got a buddy boy. Let's see, boom, got that. Sorry, check screen set. This thing's been tweaked around a little bit since the last time I was playing this. Slide! We'll go and jump into a area that's a little bit more appropriate, and we'll turn down the sound here for our video purposes. So, AC Scratch. We're gonna flex while we do it because we're gonna do it from a counter in public. So, why the heck not? Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-bum. Alright. AC Scratch. The Maestro Summoner is the one that's actually new for this month. So, I'm just going to look through all the items before I actually do a scratch here. Make sure I have them all in my looks. Oh, I need those plaid shirts. I need those plaid shirts. That's going to be one of our big wants out of this. Emotes and plaid shirts wrapped around the waist. Hell yes! What one haven't we done? We haven't done Shine Hero, do we? Have we as well? check my scratch card. No, I've done 5 Shrine Hero. I've done that. Paul Neo's SG. So we're doing a Maestro Summer. Then let's make this a video. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video here on Patsy Skin. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to do a very, very quick AC scratch while we're waiting for other things to start. So we're going to be doing a Maestro Summer. We're going to actually be doing it up to the free scratch bonus, which is at 30 times. So we got 30 scratches to do, and we have 30 AC tickets to do it with. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it in 2 sets. We're going to do it in a set of 12, and then we're going to do 6, and then we're going to do another set of 12. Just kind of like to mix it up a little bit. So first we're actually going to do 12 scratches. And let's see how we go with the Maestro Summoner AC scratch for PSO2 in August 2020. Let's go. Let's go for it. Oh, good luck to yourselves, and hopefully this actually becomes a good scratch. I'm keeping my eyes away from the list. You guys can see what actually pops up, but I don't know yet. Shorts, M, Shadow, okay. Flared skirt, Sky, nice. Woman's knit duffel coat, okay, that's cool. That's the knitted duffel coat looks cute and adorable. Ritual clothes. So this is all episode 4 related content. Woman's baggy t-shirt, nice, okay. Boo, a whammy, range attack. Got some cast arms, male shorts, which it's not really a whammy, but it's not what we're looking for. The Royal Raymond's the same for actually the male clothes. As always, male clothes are not as exciting as the female ones. Oh, ritual clothes, that's male. The ritual coat is... Oh, did I get 2 male coats? Oh, what? Oh, they're actually giving out bonus keys through this? Oh no! Oh no, that was actually just, the bonus key was just given because it was actually after getting so many scratches. Okay, that's not too bad. So out of that was 2 female items, and that was it. 4 female items, a couple of base clothes, but wow, that was not a fun scratch. Ooh, ooh, oh, that wasn't good at all. Let's hope a little bit better for our individual scratches now that we actually have them. Oh man, let's go for it again then. So scratch number 13, so number 6 countdown. So give us luck number 6. At least it's actually a pair of underwear for women. That's a good start. So 1 down. 2 down, capri pants. Those aren't actually massively popular at the moment. They seem to be reasonably cheap, so they could be easily bought out of the store. Oh, HP and PP augments. So this is not a good scratch so far. What are we at now? How many have we done? Just to double check ourselves. So I'm getting distracted by the fact that we've actually done that many of them. 5 times to go. So what is it? 5 times to go to get there. Alright, so we've got 3 more to do. Yeah, 3 more to do. Oh. Oh. This is not going well. Let's actually go less random and actually start selecting things. Off-shoulder knit, that's actually good news, at least. That actually makes sense towards the clothing styles that we want to be wearing for our character. It was female clothing. I'm going to go to the right-hand side now. Oh! Oh, this is really, really bad! This is the last one for now. Oh, wow! Okay. I don't even know if I want to spend the 12 more scratches on this one, but we're going to do it. Oh. We'll do it. Okay. What did we get? More Delmarch arms. So we got cast arms twice. We got some eyes. We got the hoodie. Well, that's good news. The cute hoodie actually looked good. But yeah, anything that's outerwear clothing is just there for the SG. Again, more men's. Dressy O Shadow, so we at least got a good base set. The denim shorts, snow. Is Denim Shorts not essentially the same as the Denim Shorts we got previously? Is this a re-release as well inside that? Fancy number 1, which is a fancy dress. Capri pants again with sky. Oh, of the unpopular color too. Short jacket for girls. Another ritual clothes for men. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not a single emote. None of the played shirts. That was a garbage scratch. That was really bad. That was absolutely awful. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd really be like that. I mean... None of those emotes are massively exciting either, but... That is... like so many things that just were wanted that didn't get. No bunny bands, no bark packs, which is adorable. No tied shirts around the waist. That's the thing we want. I mean, those waist-tied shirts, that's the most important thing in the whole steel, and not a single one of those. Vivid wings, like the colorful wings that actually go with that. None of those. No ritual scarf. Oh, no, that's not the one I was thinking. It was actually like Run B. That is so bad. Oh wow, wow. Oh my god, that is... and no hairs either. That was a very, very, very disappointing scratch. Oh, I am heartbroken about that. That was so bad. Wow. Okay. I'm regretting committing that to film. I am actually honestly regret putting that to film. That is bam 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 failure of high proportions. I don't even really... let's take a look at the stuff that we got here. Alright, let's take a look. So, large stripes flower. So this is like all underwears. None of actual good design. We already have Capri Pants Sky because they are the cheapest thing in the market. So, no big value one from that. Denim shorts with a white tank top, because the snow one, that's okay, but it really is a base wear to go with those shirts around the waist. Flared skirts, Sky, I already have those in storage. The Trillium Marie is kind of cool. Like that's actually the nicest thing there. The Dressia Oath as well. Like those are the two. That's the two nicest catches we could have got from that. Like that are there, but. That is a lot of awful stuff that came along with it. Del March head though, that's a great girls cast head, but super disappointing to see. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, the PlayStation State of Play cannot be anywhere near as disappointing as this. So we're going to jump back across to that. But I mean, in the meantime, that is a heartbreaking scratch from PSO2, so damn. Why did I do that to myself? Oh, look at this man. Look at him just gloating with his goddamn backpack. You, sir, suck. Fuck you. Man. We'll be back. We'll be back after these messages. Well, that's that video recording done, but that was awful! That was so bad! That was such a bad scratch. Oh, we need that. I need to just buy those played ones now. $7 mil? $7 mil? Okay, 2 mil. 11 mil. Blue is the cheapest at 2 mil, but that is awful. Oh, well, it's actually not even 2 mil, it's 3 mil. But I'm doing it because otherwise that'll make me so depressed. Holy damn. Holy damn, that was bad. I like that. That's so bad. I'm putting that stuff up for sale immediately. Like that was disappointing. That felt really, really goddamn worthless. We still got another 4 minutes before the actual show starts for the state of play. I'm just gonna fire these up for sale. Get up there. Hey Google, pause alarm.
You got it. Snoozing for 10.
Oh my god. I'm so disappointed in that. Oh, that is so cheap. Right. At least we have that up and running now. I can come back and pick up the money from those and maybe spend it on like 5 items put up for sale there, and some of them cheaper than the price of a recycle badge. That was just goddamn offensive. Oof. Oof, I say. Well, here we go. We got show starts in 9 minutes. Right. Nothing can be fixed here. God burn by Martial Art. That goddamn name of a song was so foreboding for me doing that scratch. Nothing can be fixed here. God burn. That's exactly how I feel about that. I should have read the goddamn room. I should have read the room. That's just awful. Right. So, here we are. It's State of Play, August 6th. Waiting for the countdown to finish, seeing how it all goes. And I am in a low mood. My expectations are low. My feelings about this whole thing are low. My mood for the afternoon is low. This is the right moment for disappointment. This is where I'm ripe to actually be plucked from my depression and put into happiness in some manner or form. And I'm not hoping that PlayStation State of Play is going to do it, because if anything has told us from the past that the PlayStation State of Play is mired in disappointment. It is a moment of expectations horribly unmet and desires crushed. You know? So this has obviously been already pre-announced as being a State of Play for third-party PlayStation stuff, specifically to do with PS4 and PSVR, with an update on things previously announced during the PS5 conference, which didn't set my mind on fire whenever I saw it previously. So let's vamp for about 7 minutes thinking about what could actually be in here of interest. I can't even remember what the big list was from the PlayStation announcements. Let's see here. Oh wow, that's right. Demon's Souls was one of the big announcements. Just taking a list here. I thought what was actually in it. It was Doom Eternal coming to PS5, Elder Scrolls Online, obviously, Valhalla, yippee, Battlefield 6, Astro's Playroom, Bug Snacks, so we're going to get an update on Bug Snacks, I'm sure. Chorus. No. This appears to actually be a very large list of things that are actually going to be on both of them here. What was... Because what ones were actually announced at the last Sony presentation? Oh, we're about to start, is it? Well, show starts in 5 minutes. So we're actually, this is the official time for it to start, but it's not starting for another 5. Hey Google, stop alarm.
If you just asked to stop an alarm, there are actually none going off at the moment.
Hey Google, cancel alarm.
Okay, cancelled.
There we go. There we go. Those are the ones that were actually announced. Spider-Man Miles Morales, Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Project Athia. That's the Square Enix one. I wouldn't mind. This is a third party. This is a third party presentation. And they're going to go back over stuff that was announced for the last one. Square Enix's Project Athia would be nice, but extremely unlikely. There's like very unlikely that we're going to actually see anything that was actually related to this. Confirm my choices. Stray, which I'd love to see more about. The cat and robots wander around. Sackboy's Big Adventure. Destruction All-Stars. Destruction All-Stars would actually be fun to hear more about because it's Destruction Derby with actual like Fortnite gameplay, and I'm actually all about that. I didn't mind. Goodbye Volcano High. Now, Goodbye Volcano High, whenever I got announced because it was all the furry creatures in the slough, I didn't think about one of my favorite movies of all goddamn time, Volcano High. If you haven't seen Volcano High, that is a movie I will need to talk about in a video someday. It was X-Men before X-Men, and I fucking loved it. So actually, if we get the chance, we might go over that someday. But Goodbye Volcano High, the video game, an emotional kind of like point-and-click adventure. I'd be up for that. Oddworld Soulstorm obviously was announced. Ghostwire Tokyo, Jet the Far Shore. Going quickly over those. Ghostwire Tokyo caught people by surprise because Ghostwire Tokyo was thought to be like a Silent Hill-esque game. Ended up being a first-person ghost hunting game. I could get behind that. Jet the Far Shore. Was shown so little of that we might actually see gameplay or something a little bit more detailed about it this time, because last time it was very much a cutscene intro kind of thing that we didn't know much more about other than people leave a planet and then recolonize maybe. Hitman 3, Astro's Playroom, Little Devil Inside, which it looks like a lot of fun. I like the concept that it actually is like, if it's possibly what we think it is, where it's like the battle of life inside an old man who, like you're essentially harvesting from inside the parts of the old man as he like goes to the toilet, eats his meals, go throughout the day, and that's how each of the adventures are done. That's what it appeared to be, but it could very much not be that. But I'd like to know more. Little Devil Inside has got my attention. Deathloop with the assassins trapped in eternal combat. Demon Souls, Resident Evil Village for Resident Evil 8. Pragmata, which looked weird because it was a very Death Stranding-esque kind of like intro to it. Horizon Forbidden West, and then of course the two consoles themselves. So there's no hardware to be announced today. So out of those games, what are we going to probably hear about? We're probably going to hear about Deathloop, probably Resident Evil, and Bug Snacks. I'm going to say that's what I'm going to think. I'm going to think Deathloop was actually very much wanting to be shown, and Bug Snacks seems to actually be one of those games that actually like it'll have perpetual announcements. It'll be a Viva Pinata style thing where they'll just keep dropping stuff about that because it'll be funny and weird and it'll look good for kids. Maybe what else will we see a little bit about? We might see, like I wouldn't mind seeing more about Destruction All Stars, which feels like it should be a game that's probably on the PS4 and just happens to be coming out on the PS5 as well. And because of it being a third-party game, I would like to see Project Athia. Project Athia is what I would really like to see, but it's very unlikely we're going to see anything about them.
Can be used to measure the shape of irregular items to create.
So of course, for some reason, just audio starts playing through from that article because no website can actually be just the article anymore. It has to have enough advertisements to choke a goddamn goat. So down to the last 2 minutes. Let's fade this out to actually be in the full screen so we can actually see this properly. Let me see. Can I actually make this a little bit bigger for it to actually be a little bit more full screen? Let's see here. Game stream. Capture card. No, not that capture card. That capture card. A bit bigger. There we go. Hmm. That looks like it could work. That looks like it could work very well. So, let's go. Okay, I can actually move my webcam on here as well because I don't need it to be quite so floaty anymore because I don't have the box around me. So I can actually close that off so it looks like I'm literally actually sitting in the corner here watching this along with you guys. Alright, there we go. Get the audio sitting in the right position. Let's look at the TV. So I'm looking to you to actually explain to me what the fuck's going on, if anything interesting's happened. I will have the chat there as well, but because I have my back kind of the way I'm sitting watching this, I'll have to look towards it to find out what you guys are saying. But that'll do for now. That'll do, pig. That'll do. 53 seconds. Last minute. Everything at the last minute. Oh, I'll grab it off of that. Brownie, something sitting there in the box. Oh. Might as well snack while I'm here. Just like Bugsnax says, you are what you eat. I'm so ready to be disappointed. So ready to be disappointed. What? PlayStation 4 sound. Okay. Because last time they did this, they did the Final Fantasy 7 blink, and you're like, wait. It's a PlayStation 4 sound. Okay. Crash 4. It's about time.
I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob. I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Alright, you know what? Actually, this actually looks like a decent Crash game.
Warped. The devious villains, Neocortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans, as well as new players, to this amazing franchise. First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with. And then, we wanted to introduce exciting new elements that we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where Crash's adventure first started, and where we picked things up again in Crash 4. But there have definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago. And throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration from not just the original games, but the animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to explore.
I like this.
Throughout Crash 4, you'll see
Coco playable
vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that, also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zip line as well. In the original trilogy, specifically Crash Warped, there were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a motorcycle. That seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon. So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game.
Alright.
Skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to...
That's what I was curious if they were going to do it with Coco as well.
Just to be
Excellent.
clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges,
Good.
gems within levels.
That's the way you do
Crash
it.
4 also introduces the Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the game to tackle the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button,
Yes.
Kapunawa, who allows you to slow down the world around you, or Lonnie Lowly, who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence, bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks.
Right. Okay. As three mechanics, that is actually. Oh god,
That's gonna have to wait for another day.
Oh, that's going to be so frustrating. That's not on your
Crash
control.
Isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure.
Yeah, we
For
saw Coco.
starters, you can play the entire game as Coco.
Yes.
Any level that you can play as Crash, you can also play as Coco.
Alright.
It's very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay. Here you can see that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex. He's all about using his blaster to change an enemy in his path. In addition to playing as Cortex,
Interesting.
we're excited to reveal that for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingodile. I repeat, you get to play as Dingodile in Crash 4. And a lot has changed in the years since we last saw Dingodile. In fact, he hung up his old flamethrower rocket launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension. Finally, there's one more surprise I'm incredibly excited to show you today. The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets.
Interesting.
Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table. So we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped-up, Bumpa-Berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspectives shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience. One
Okay.
dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward. We've even got one that feels like an old-timey movie, with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well.
This is actually a
Some
smart.
players
Like,
can
there's
replay
entire
all
games that would be
games
based around that
levels with a
concept,
totally new and dynamic
rather than actually
look and
being
feel.
the
It's an
multiple feudal
incredibly
levels.
fun feature that is
to
going to
expand
give
the
every
gameplay.
player, especially the completionists out there, a reason
Yeah.
to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting
That is
experiences in
actually
store for them.
real. That's a naturally smart way to extend
So that's some of the new
gameplay
stuff
in a
that we have in store
platform,
for
like
you.
Crash Bandicoot style
Bandicoot
platformer.
4 is about time.
That is
Experience
actually
the
the
space
smartest
and
I've seen.
time-bending
Like that's
madness on October 2nd.
I'm not hyped about Crash because it was actually beyond my time. My platformers were always like the earlier Mario stuff, but that is cool for anybody who is a Crash fan.
Third-party updates for PS4 and PSVR, and some new PS5 gameplay too. We open the show with an all-new look at Crash 4. It's about time, coming to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
What are they going to do with Hitman 3? Hitman 2 definitely didn't feel like Hitman 2. It felt like Hitman, the ongoing series. Great gameplay though. Do you expand though in Hitman?
Besides, this is your big day.
Wait,
Mingle. Have fun. Oh, don't worry about that. My art speaks for itself. Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back tonight.
okay. I mean, this is such a natural extrapolation of a fucking Hitman game, though. This is actually really cool because it's like we wanted a game like this. I don't know if we wanted Hitman like this, but Murder Simulator first person perspective. Oh no! Oh no! You actually take one hand of the two remotes and go, okay. Struggling. You have the force feedback. Okay. I'm setting up. I'm setting up now. Like that's me kind of intrigued. VR mode for Hitman 3. Interesting. Is this what I think it is? Braid 2? It is! I thought he had fucking retired from the game industry out of, like, after all the bullshit that went along with it. Braid 2. Right. Okay. Fuck, I never finished the story of the first one. Yeah, wait. At this point, I think people get what it is. You can just show the title card now. This is a very elaborate fucking intro for it, though. What are they gonna do? What? This is such an early announce. There's no... Is this actually ready? It is! And very little has changed. Are we doing like a... Is it Braid HD? Is it a Braid remaster? A Braid Anniversary Edition. Okay. So it's still the same Braid. Just done again. Yeah, there's the difference. That's what it is.
Happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition. It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Many areas have been re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
we plan to make it
Interesting.
the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope you'll enjoy the game when it comes out early next year.
It is a teaching game. That's alright. That's a way to revive Braid. Make it a game that you're actually going to get lecturers to go like, oh, just go and play Anniversary Edition, and we'll be talking about Chapter 6, which is matching up with Episode 7.
Mystical Island. Let's take a quick
All right.
tour in this new footage captured from PS5.
The Pathless.
Hi everyone, this is Matt Nava from Giant Squid. I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless. The Pathless is an open-world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter. The Hunter is a master of archery. She can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound across the landscape.
Oh, that's going to be so satisfying.
Pathless. So the game's unique take on archery is all about timing, not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible to shoot even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers. You instantly feel as skilled as the hunter herself.
The game is designed around traversal. Yes. Yes. It's a rhythm game, a rhythm platformer.
With help from the eagle, you can even fly. The bond between the hunter and the eagle is central in the Pathless.
Pathless because you have no idea where the fuck you are going.
You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
I get it. Okay, I get it.
Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
Can you pet the doggo? No, but can you pet the eagle? You have to wipe him down. Aww.
You'll find them all over the island, if you know where to look.
That's my favorite flying doggo. This is gorgeous, and I'm completely on board with the actual gameplay.
Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap.
Okay. I get it. I get it.
You will also discover larger puzzles to solve
Like
in
this.
ancient structures.
Oh, this is so meditative. This is gonna be so chilled out and meditative to play, but also frustrating if you can't figure out the puzzle entry. My god, I want this to just be Journey 2, essentially.
The Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open world games, there's no map. Instead, the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks.
Two worlds.
It even shows you where you've been.
Right. Okay, very
higher vantage
very
points
Breath of the
will
Wildy
let you
there.
see further with spirit vision.
lower res poly. You can actually see out in the distance. It's kind of like the it's kind of like the way that the
Giant cursed
Shadows of
spirits,
Mordor kind of
the
works.
source of the darkness, will pose a constant threat to you on your quest.
Right.
They will try to separate you from the eagle.
What? Fuck you, darkness. Okay.
Stay still in the light to avoid detection. You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
Right. So once you actually have an area resolved, meditate and bring that light, motherfucker.
When the obelisks are restored, the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
Oh! Okay, I am on board with this. A fucking running battle straight through the forest as you keep on chasing after him. Right. So you chase them to get in front of them? This is so Shadows of the Colossus-y. I am on board. This looks like too much fun. So you'd lose them for a while, essentially chase back after them. Okay, actual boss fights. Oh, this looks and feels like such a Zelda boss fight.
The hunter and eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world.
I am all about this. This is actually really cool. Such a simple basic premise, but traversal, puzzle solving, dungeon completion.
There's so much more to explore and discover.
And then
The Pathless is coming out
boss
later
fights.
this year. Thanks for watching.
Pathless. I am on board for this. I'm seeing one big deer boss there, but I want to see variety. What other big creatures can they have? Because that one deer boss looks interesting. But what else can you do? Where else do you go? Nice. That is going to be an interesting game to play.
Next up,
Hey,
it's
Spelunky!
for Spelunky 2.
God.
Hi, my name is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator of Spelunky.
Ow.
For Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in new players.
Spelunky was big in
It was
Asia,
important
man. There
we
was a
changed
full
the things
Spelunky
that made
online, like.
Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place.
Oh,
So
fuck.
People became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together.
Yeah, or the fact that you realize that it made you so much money whenever you did it online in Asia.
To make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family.
Ah.
I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full.
Nice.
Players will be able to explore and interact with it in lots of new ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys and find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves. As a result, the stories players create will have much more texture to them. Even after many hours of playing, I still have interesting runs that don't even go past the first area. In Spelunky 1,
Fucking
runs
die.
often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them. So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about. And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we, as the developers, know about.
Hot gun!
I have two types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans. First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer. These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really what guided my design choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover.
It just feels like Spelunky is like randomized bullshit at the video game, and I actually am completely on board with it. Not a game that I got massively into myself, but I did play the online of Spelunky Online for a little while on the PlayStation 3, maybe? Early days on the 4, I don't know. But I definitely played it on the, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That was just so much death. So much death. But yeah, Spelunky 2. I think there's going to be a lot of people excited about that, not personally for myself.
We've got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Oh, this looks like my kind of bullshit. Tech Otaku save the world.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
No! Did they literally just make a weeb waifu version of Breath of the Wild? They did!
I summoned thee!
I'm sorry, but it is just weeb waifu fucking Breath of the Wild. Please, make a pot and start cooking food. It's a big, beautiful looking game. Is this MMO?
Idea of death. If you cannot bring yourself to kill, speak my name.
Is this a 4-player multiplayer thing?
To which I awaken.
What? This is very action RPG. This is actually fucking getting interesting. What the fuck? What is this? Is it an action RPG single player, or I like this Parties of 3. This autumn 2020 coming to PlayStation 4 worldwide. Sure, if your focus, you just like take the focus away from what we're actually just looking at.
Gods have screamed for my mercy. Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance?
The fuck is this? It's stylish? Whatever it is. Why does this give me icy vibes? If you haven't heard of Icy, it's a Korean single-player like action combat game, platform combat game that I played a couple of years ago. There's a full playthrough of it on the channel. I would watch it like I just watch a cartoon of this. What the fuck is it? Oh, okay. Is this like a really ultra modern Mega Man thing going on here? Or because it's like a weird mixture. It feels like I'm looking at like flashback in another world. Flashback in another world. Aeon must die. Aeon must die. Okay. I'm intrigued by that. Oh fuck! Is this? This is. I don't know what's going on, but Sony are holding my fucking attention today. There's too many weird and interesting games. 2.5D action platformer. Like this is like, what the fuck? This is like Blade Kitten. Blade getting an icy just put together? What the? What is up with this? Actually, like making games that are like. Like I'm just watching this, and it's like in my head I'm looking icy, and then I'm thinking, oh, that steampunk one with the fucking girl with the robotic legs. That was kind of like flashback. So I'm getting very flashback slash icy vibes. Anno Mutation. That's 3 goddamn games so far. Like I just need to know more.
Gameplay footage captured.
Fucking Bug Snacks. I knew it was gonna come at some point.
My invitation is open. Come join me on the island of Bugsnax.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist! Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense! I swear, if you chase this Bugsnax story, you're out of a job!
You're the journalist! Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a Bugsnax right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. Use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite bug snack is. And feed it to me, obs.
How's my little sprout doing, Mrs. Papa? Oh, of course he does. Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
You're pretty good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch Bugsnax and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
Well, say you do find these Bugsnax and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
It's like it has this whole kind of like Viva Pinata kind of thing going on, and then it goes like, and darkness.
Let's start
It's like, okay, okay, you creepy bastards. I'm not too sure if I really want to be part of this. Ah, VR.
Is wrong with you?
Oh God.
You must stop, Vida. I don't understand why you never mentioned that you had the Force.
I mean, exactly the reason why VR was invented. Rumph. So it'd be so janky. Vader immortal. Fair enough. Fuck it. Fuck it. He's gonna question it.
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
Control 2. I've been still meaning to play the first one of this. SCP turned into a video game. Right, so it's actually not it's the second expansion for it. So still the same control. Okay. I saw the season pack for that, and I'm still interested in playing it. God damn it. I was looking at it there going, wait, what is this? And like, oh, okay. Fair play to them for not actually getting too overly excitable about this style of game with like a mad CGI trailer. There was obviously CGI trailers there. This has been probably a mobile game for some time. and it's just making it onto the PlayStation at some point. Is this essentially like tower defense chess? Definitely feels like that. Yeah, don't explain anything. Don't bother. Auto chess. Interesting. Okay. A symbol that shows it's a puzzle. Trying to get from place to place, from sign to sign. I like the concept. Definitely like the concept. Yes, that's that though. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is kind of too fun. Yeah. So connect the two to get the power. Now you're thinking fourth dimensionally. Like the backgrounds mean nothing. The game is being played on those small spaces, but I like the actual flow of it. It's an interesting visual flow, like just connecting signs. Have you never done that whenever you're actually out in public? Like look at signs that actually just make a train, like a chain from one to the other. The pedestrian. Okay, coming to PS4. So is it actually already out? Because I'd be interested in playing that already.
Now let's take a look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts. Running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Thief?
They count, ration, manipulate.
It's giving me such thief vibes.
They've taken everything from those they claim to protect.
This is another Thief reboot?
Authority and steel will not.
Is it not Thief, it's Thieves?
We aren't an invading army. We are wraiths. Bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
Ow! That's 3 very different methods of combat.
Take back what was stolen. And the people call us heroes.
From the day of night.
To others, we are rivals.
Thief guilds? Okay. So you're 2 squads of 4?
We are all outlaws.
Hood. Okay. Definitely getting vibes of it.
Legends.
I was looking at that and going like, right, so each one of them's a character class. There's multiple groups of 4, all trying to thieve from the same spot at the same time, so you can lay traps for each other. Not too sure how that'll play out, but hey, Temtem! So this has actually been in early access on Steam for a while. A couple of friends of mine have actually been telling me about it, but it definitely feels Pokemon-esque. It feels like it's very much intending to be Pokemon, but as an MMO-esque kind of like way, where you're all playing your own adventure, but there's other players floating about you can actually challenge or party with, but you're all making your own Poke journey, or Temtem journey. And yeah, sure. I mean, if it actually is balanced out, and like, well, we can actually see a proper big RPG that the Pokemon games should have been. Battles and shit. Now the problem that I seen with it was stability and HumbleGames.com. So did Humble
Let's take a tour.
buy Temtem?
We've
Or
got
did you like it
new
became one of their
PS5
published
gameplay
games?
for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
Godfall. really don't care about this, but we'll see. Well, about time, I suppose. To see how the combat actually plays.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy.
I mean, that really doesn't look like fun.
So let's jump right into what Godfall is. Godfall is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment
Looter
combat,
slasher.
and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates.
So 3-man teams.
Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. Godfall is a complete.
I was gonna make a last
All
Airbender
in
joke,
game are acquired or
not even
unlocked
interested.
through gameplay. There are no microtransactions, no waiting for content. It's all in the game on day one. As you adventure, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top.
Right.
You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall. First, our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment for mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense.
Then why am I not seeing
More often
anything
than not,
other than
you'll be
one
facing
style of
multiple
weapon?
enemies at the same time. As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy,
Yep,
let's
now
dig
show
into
me
the
weapon
weapons
classes.
themselves.
Because that's what's going to fundamentally change things.
In
Once you
Godfall,
learn a
there are
weapon
5
class,
weapon
then you're just worrying about
classes.
numbers.
The longsword, the dual blades, the polearm,
One of these are going to be horribly broken.
the two-handed warhammer, and the two-handed greatsword.
And that's the one everybody's going to be playing as.
Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and playstyles ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire numerous weapons. For each weapon category, each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits.
Switching mid-combat?
We will
I'm okay with
delve
this.
into the weapon classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and the longsword weapon classes. The dual blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility. The dual blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate Inner Focus, which is unique to the dual blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy, pulling the enemy towards you, like pulling a cable.
Okay.
Now let's switch to the longsword weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack. You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets. If you tap the shield button,
I've got a wild feeling that
your
essentially the
shield,
gameplay
you
will
can
become
perform a
around
powerful
the
wave
parry
attack.
and shield attacks, not the actual weapons and gear you
You can
have.
double tap the shield button to petrify enemies.
Because it'll be damage
course,
non-dependent on your
you
weapon
can
gear, so at
perform
least the
an
early game would be
R3
actually
round
just
finisher
parrying,
on enemies
learn to parry
that
everything,
are
and once you
knocked
parry
down to the
everything,
ground.
then whoopsie, take everything out in a crowd. Oh, that's a survival tactic more than anything else, rather than actually like main gameplay, because they'll become unblockables obviously. The dude's so slow, why are you not just tanking and spanking? Get around behind him and start hitting him in the arse. Use your strike through and attack him from behind. No? Whenever you watch bosses and seeing people just kind of like purposefully like drawing this out. See, the thing is, they're chatting about how action oriented it is. Like, the combat doesn't feel
We also want to thank all the fans for
hard
their
hitting,
endless
but
support since our initial reveal back in December.
I'm sure there's
We have a
people
few
who
more
are like
surprises
so
in
excited
store,
for this, but
such as details on loot,
Yeah.
progression, and are eager
It ain't
to
got
share
me.
more with you on our way to launch
definitely
this
ain't got
holiday
me
season.
on the hype train.
Hope that you would join our Godfall community on Twitter.
But yeah,
Facebook,
good luck
and
with the Godfall developers. It looks like a very high commitment game, which is going to be big for people who are really into the fantasy action and combat, and the looter slasher genre is rife for picking, because of the fact they've already killed the looter shooter with too many. Oh god, I can't even remember what the name of the game is. Oh, there's been like Borderlands. Jesus, for some reason I couldn't remember Borderlands' name. Was that it? Godfall was the last one? Well, shit. Okay, that was, Ladies and gentlemen. State of Play. There was actually some interesting shit in there, but, some stuff that I wasn't actually all that interested in either. So let's go back here a wee bit. Let's go back and take a look at some of the stuff that actually was of interest. Jump back to the beginning of it here. So State of Play obviously had a couple of games that actually jumped out at me. I'll just bring down the volume on it here, and we'll actually just jump across to a couple of things that are actually of interest. So, obviously we've got Crash. It's about time. A new Crash game. We're delighted to see it. A great platformer series that got a really good remaster there not that long ago. So getting the next game in the series out was a no-brainer. Allowing you to play as Coco, having a lot of like unlockables in game, and having that multiplay or like repeated play of different levels with different visual styles and little kind of like tweaks to the gameplay, like slowing it down or increasing the speed with the overcranked camera, or making it play like they're underwater so the physics is a little bit fucked up. Like all those little kind of like tweaks and tools are a great idea, especially if you unlock that as a tool for multiple levels after completing the level that is assigned to, because that'll actually keep people coming back again and again and again, and I'm completely on board with that. Fair play. Having multiple playable characters, even if it is just for a small moment where you play as Cortex or you play as the Gator, and then being able to play the whole story as Coco, happy days. I would actually, that's the thing. If I went to bother playing this, if I went and played Crash 4, is this considered Crash 4? I remember being a trilogy and then this. Playing this Crash game, I'd rather play through it as Coco, just because I can. The option is there, so why wouldn't I? Especially if it's gameplay-wise, she has no real disadvantages to doing so. She plays exactly like Crash. New mechanics for actually getting around the levels. Cool. The multiple masks, the way they're used, reminds me a lot of a very Mega Man-esque, kind of like you need the tool for that particular area. I remember there being a great Super Nintendo game or NES game that was actually like a platformer shooter that had that gravity inversion mechanic where you had to walk on the roof to get through certain levels. I know there's a couple of different YouTubers that have actually played that game online before. The multiple costumes, I think you can actually see at the moment, which are, they did specifically state, are not, they're not related to microtransactions or anything. They're just like level unlocks. Fair play. There's a lot to love about this Crash, a new Crash game, and especially whenever it seems to be made with a lot of care and concern to actually try and include a lot of the charm of the original games, play like the most recent remasters, and add something new to every single level in multiple ways. Top notch. Sony, like this is going to be a big thing. I know that it's been long announced, and we've actually seen it sitting in the marketplace for like pre-order. But seeing that actually in action, definitely an enjoyable experience to actually look forward to. Just going to find the next game. Hitman 3. This was a nice surprise. Hitman 2 Seasons was actually very well received by a lot of people. I've never been a massive Hitman player. I've enjoyed watching other people play it. But I'd be more intrigued to play this now because of the VR. They going through and actually being an assassin in first-person perspective. I'm terrified of the fact that they're probably going to make you like actually move, like so like you bring up your hand with the weapon and then you bring up your other hand and you go like, okay, I'm just going to put this around this guy's neck and you actually have to pull it back. I'm sure it's not going to be that particularly precise. It'll be just like control sticks and actually like press a button to activate to do your thing. I wonder if the entirety of the game will actually be playable like this, or if it actually be enjoyable to play like this. But at least it's something that people have wanted for a very, very long time. The evil psychopaths among them. But conceptually, I'm on board with this. Just being able to play VR Hitman. Agent 47 is going to be you. Play the entire World of Assassination trilogy. Oh wow! I just didn't catch that until the last minute. All of the Hitman games, they're adding that to the past Hitman games as well. That is very, very smart. The next game up was actually Braid. Braid Anniversary Edition. I remember whenever they did the documentary for Super Meat Boy and for Braid, I remember the guy being very, very kind of like disenchanted with the game industry itself. The guy that was behind the Braid release, and the fact that they come back and actually like taking Braid and turned it into a anniversary edition for modern consoles, modern designs, and can be played by modern people, while adding a extensive game design tutorial and commentary track to it, where it's actually delineated down by specifically the puzzle design, the audio design, whatever else, having multiple audio tracks. An amazing teaching tool, a great design tool, and I hope it for the best actually that people really get on board with it, because Braid, like The way people reacted to Braid was unexpected and probably disappointed the expectations of the original creator, but it's a beautiful game. It was very well done, and I hope that people appreciate the anniversary release, and it's not just in educational circles that people appreciate Braid for what it was. Right, let's jump on to the next thing. The Pathless has me super excited. There seem to be, like, you know, whenever you actually feel like there's, like, after a game comes out, a number of other games kind of, like, start to fill in the gaps of what that game might have been missing. And a lot of games are doing this big open space that actually feels like it's Breath of the Wild whenever you just look at just where the design and the ambiance of it. But this is very much Princess Mononoke, Journey, Breath of the Wild, and Shadow of the Colossus rolled into another game. The traversal, the movement, the way to go through the world feels very Journey-esque. It feels like there's a flow to the way you should be playing it, while the concept and the experience seems to actually like borrow itself from Princess Mononoke or Shadow of the Colossus, where these great beasts that are actually here and they're corrupted, and you're either trying to heal the beasts or destroy the beasts, and being able to actually like take that and then have the journey kind of experience of finding a place, finding a puzzle world, finding a dungeon, working your way through it, and then actually at the end having your great beast battle at the end. Yes, I'm on board with this. Even if like the angst of actually getting into a location and there being the beast there at that time and having to actually like be quiet, don't move, don't get caught, and the use of the wide open space and your pet eagle to specifically get you to traverse and actually be able to be over the top of this world, to be watching it from above. And then, of course, you get to pet him. You get to pet your flying doggo. And it's like, it does appear to be touchpad. You're actually using different locations. Like, that's so cute. That's fucking beautiful. But, this is actually a game that's going to be making it onto my list of ones I really want to be looking forward to checking out. Why not? It is proper Zelda boss battles. A little update from Blitworks on Spelunky 2. I played a fair bit of Spelunky online. I never got into Spelunky originally, but I played Spelunky online because it was a free-to-play game that was available on my PlayStation. And whenever I played it, I realized it was like, I do not have the time or commitment to enjoy this the way some people would, but I know that this will just invest people's entire days and their entire gameplay experiences for a long period of time. Spelunky looks fantastic. It hasn't looked any better than it has in the past. They nailed it, and it's a second one of it, and it's going to be much more expansive, and people are going to really enjoy it. Not for me, but it's a whole new Spelunky world. Literally, Spelunky World. That was the name of the online, as far as I can remember. Genshin, this game. Oh, I don't know what it is, but this game intrigues me far too much, because there's little bits of this that I'm going, you just ripped that the fuck off, didn't you? And then it actually goes like, we're doing something different with it. I'm looking at this and I feel like I'm looking at Caravan Stories by way of like anime Blade Souls, by way of Breath of the Wild, and there's parts of this which feel like this is a single player game experience, and then it becomes like a 3-man battle team, and then I'm like, wait, is this a JRPG? Is this an online RPG? Is this an action online RPG? Is this essentially what was that medieval fantasy girls one? Because this is waifu Breath of the Wild with some fucking lunacy going on here. I want to know more about the story. I'm going to look more into Genshin. I want to actually like follow up on this. This is a game again is tickling my weebiness, and I want to know more about it, because the fights and stuff feel a bit Phantasy Star-ish as well. I mean, like the cutscene that they show at the beginning of Phantasy Star Online for their online game kind of looks like this in a lot of ways, and the fact that it shows like the perspective being like from an individual player's perspective, but showing 3 players playing together. I don't know if that's one person controlling 3, but Genshin Impact is something that I really want to know more about. the next game popping up from Focus Interactive is Aeon Must Die, and I kind of don't know what I feel about it, because it and another game kind of strike two little points in the back of my head. I do like my scroll and beat 'em ups in a lot of ways, and the scroll and action platformers I've played that have been very, very direct and simple experiences have made me want to actually play more of them. And somehow it feels like it's exploratory while also being an extremely action-oriented adventure. And I want to figure out why the combat looks so badass. And I want to know if this is actually like a static fighter, or if this is actually like a place that you're exploring and wandering through, because it does feel like it's cutscene, and then we're seeing like a room of people fighting, and I could stand to know more, but it's just oozes style. Aeon Must Die just looks gorgeous. It's like Guyver with like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a good description. Guyver with a like bug theme or a monster theme, a technological organic theme, and it feels like it's something that should have actually been like from a 1990s 2000 AD comic, but animified, and I'm on board for this. I want to know more. I want to see some from the Aeon Must Die. I'll be keeping an eye on this game until it gets released in 2021, so we're going to see more about that. The next game up was the what was it? Mutation? Anno Mutation. Yeah. So weirdly, I first thought I was looking Farloon Seals with like the opening shot whenever it was actually sitting on the boat, but it becomes obviously like exploration through like super futuristic Tokyo cities, like in a 2.5D perspective where you're running towards camera and away from camera and running alongside camera, and then it becomes like a platforming action game, and I want to see this world. This is a big, exploratory, interesting world. I don't know if it's like Mark of the Ninja or Icy or something else that actually kind of has that feel. But some parts of it look very, very clean, and other parts of it look extremely like pixel arty. And I don't know which one is actually the majority of the game, because the combat and the platforming feels like it's actually got that kind of pixel art style. Well, the intro bits seem to be very, very CG, and I don't know if that's actually like the story cutscenes or if the game is actually going to be playing more of the pixelated side. So I'd like to see more about this to find out actually how it works out. But either way, it's a stunning looking game, and maybe this will be one of the games I'll actually be excited about whenever launch on the PS5 and stuff comes out. It'll be like this year's Contrast. Bugsnax. We saw more about Bugsnax. Obviously, Bugsnax was like a standout thing from the last game because it's just weird as balls. But what we figured out from it was actually that you're playing as a journalist who's investigating the place that actually has been the Bugsnax town, and you're being asked to do a bunch of simple little tasks to help bring the city back together. You're hunting Bugsnax, you're actually capturing Bugsnax, you're trying to treat Bugsnax correctly, and obviously there's some dark overtones because there's like a whole, like it's same as the last one. It's like the very end it just goes like, and there's weirdness. I'm like, yeah. The whole thing is weird, but like, why do you have to put the dark tone on top of it? It's Viva Pinata with some surreal backstory that actually is meant to go horribly wrong. All the creatures in it, obviously, like they're made cute and cuddly, but there's something very disturbing about this entire island, and we're going to find out more about it. So yeah, Bugsnax has plenty of growth in its story. It's just going to be one of those ones that'll just grow on us as the weirdness actually increases. Lightsaber duels on PlayStation VR. Like, I mean, if there wasn't a lightsaber game for VR, then we'd all be disappointed. But in this, you see a bunch of different lightsabers. You see a lot of like storyline to it, so it's not just kind of like static. But I would like to know more about this rather than it be. It feels like an experience and not a actual game yet. It feels like you're just doing a lot of like simple repetitive actions, but it'll actually be funky as fuck to be in for like 15-20 minutes at a time. I'm not expecting a lot, but I'm expecting at least a kind of like so they expect it to be a little bit closer to Beat Saber than it's actually going to be to a full-on adventure, like maybe like that last Star Wars the Dark Souls game was. Not really going to talk about Control because it's just it's an expansion pack that was announced. Not going to talk about Auto Chess because Auto Chess is fucking auto chess. The Pedestrian's game style looks really, really interesting, just for the fact that it actually is it's a puzzle game where you're actually like moving objects around in a world that actually is not like your platforms in the world you're playing aren't related to the backgrounds. The backgrounds are just pretty shit that's going to be going on in the background distracting you, while the rest of it is actually literally going to be the gameplay. And I like the fact that it actually is movable puzzle rooms rather than actually just you trying to. But it's not a piping game. It's not where you actually just pipe the things to each other. There's something to be solved, and then you then link the objects together. It'll be fun to see, especially if the game actually has a massive amount of levels. If it's like one thing where it's like a couple of small chapters, it'll be a fun distraction. If it's like a big thing, there's actually a lot, well, not a big thing, but a big amount of levels in it. It'll be something that people will actually enjoy, and I think it's again going to be a PS4, PS5 kind of like early days of PS5 game that people are going to play while they're waiting for another big title to come out. Hoods, not much I can really think about in this, other than it's going to be squad based. Each one of them have individual classes. You're going to have multiplayer, and you're essentially going to be hunting after the same prize, and you're all going to murder each other. This feels like it's a Ubisoft game. It feels like it should be a Ubisoft game. I don't know why, but it's actually like it just seems to have that intent behind it. But Focus Interactive obviously behind this one, and it's going to be bloody. It's going to be gory, but I'm not too excited about Outlaws and Legends. Temtem's making it to the PlayStation. We actually need an alternate to Pokemon. We really do. We need it, and I want Temtem to be successful. There's been a lot of news about it since its early access release on Steam. If you want to know more about it, you can just go and play it right now. Not much else to really say. Right, that's the whole thing finished. Guys, thank you very much for actually watching. I think I've gone through each one of those. That was actually just all kind of like another look at it, just to kind of share with the editor. So whenever he goes to actually look at this afterwards, we can try and cut this down into like a couple of segments. But well, that was actually a very surprising state of play. Hopefully, we'll actually get to enjoy more stuff released and coming close to the PS5's release. But that was actually an enjoyable third-party look at a couple of games I had never heard of, and a couple of games I was actually excited to see more about. So hopefully we'll get an update on that, obviously, in the future. And the PlayStation 5, they'll give some big details about the hardware, pricing, release dates, and all that kind of stuff in the near future. But the future's looking bright for Sony. Like they're not for a lack of games that they're going to be releasing, but a lot of those games are probably going to be on PC as well. So look for them on the Steam store. Get them pre-ordered, because they're going to be fun no matter what platform they're on. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see all you dudes in the next video. Bye. Oh.